What's going on, everybody? I got a tournament tomorrow for the Florida Redfish Series. It's their second go live this summer, and that's tomorrow. So we're gonna go ahead and get the boat ready, and just small things we check for. So show you what we're looking for here. So the first thing you want to check for is make sure nav lights work. All right, do we have lights? Boom. Green, boom. Let's make sure to get rid of this broom. Don't block it. All right. Basic safety. Stern light. Fold it up before we go. Boom. Lights work. Yeah. Power poles. Respond to the remote. Down. Up. Did respond to the neck remote. Down. Up. So just basic things you gotta check for. Safety. Does the horn work? Yes, it does. And then we're also going to check for the Go Live series. One of their requirements is a tackle webs bag. So make sure we always carry that. Tackle webs bag. And of course their required scale. Gotta clean this thing out, boy. Tackle web scale, electro Samson scale, Brecknell, good to go. All right, so that's good to go. We got that. All right, they're gonna double check that live wells are empty. So this is all stuff you want to do prior to getting on the ramp. Live wells are empty. Do we have the required life jackets? So boom, I got backup radio, backup batteries, registration, extra horn, flares, tools and whistle, mine and my fishing partner's jacket that is required to be worn. Another thing we check for, does the jack plate work? Sure does. And then we got the control motor deployed. Of course, you always want to make sure it's clear of any objects. And I'll just make sure it spins, responds. I say that. Responds. Yep, we're sitting good. Double check, boom. Tires are inflated. So I already checked the oil in this thing. Now this stuff you don't want to do during a tournament on the water. Now stuff does happen, everybody, but make sure you got visually you got no leaks, you got no cracks, you got no. See, everything's looking good. Steering locks are on. That just kind of takes a little bit of pressure off the steering ram here when it's getting trailered. And of course, the last thing you want to check, especially in weather like this, very Florida, very nice and blue, and then not so nice and blue over there. Since we are leaving early in the morning, we're gonna check to make sure our trailer lights work. Oh, another thing too, fishing net. And do you have a backup? Always keep a backup net. Anyone's ever tournament fish knows, always have a backup net. All right, so easy with these newer trucks. We just check the tow and trailer light check. All it's gonna do is run through everything. I don't have to have a second person cycle through the brakes and the turn signals. I can do it all myself. All you gotta do is just hit start, go check it out. Boom. Got the running lights on. That's just a reflector. Side lights on. All this is doing is just cycling through for me. Looks like it's flickering in the video, but it's not. Boom, we got working lights. Down there, lights working. Everything's working great. So it looks like we're ready. Now, something that I learned last tournament that I like to have, especially during these go live tournaments, is they have all these people tagging them, and you know that it's hard for one person or even two people to keep up with all these boats submitting all these weights. So what I did was I have a ton of these plastic hook grabbers, you know, so the things you put around your lures to keep you from stabbing yourself, little hook protectors. And all I did was I just grabbed one, and I got a grease pencil here. So when it's wet or raining, or you know, it's soaking wet now, I can still write down, you know, what the weight was. You know, like say I caught a 3-pounder, you know, boom, you know, boom, I caught a 3-pounder. That way, at the end of the day, you can see that there, probably better like that. At the end of the day, I can, boom, tally up, take my top 3, and ensure that, hey, I caught these 3, and then ensure they got the right weights as well. And just a little tip, you know, I like to write them all down. I send in all the videos as required. But, I mean, hey, just a little tip and trick that I learned. I did use a pen and paper last time, but again, it's Florida, and it's more than likely going to rain, which not mad about, because it is hot, and I am totally fine if it rains. So after I got the weight written down, simple, you know, it is just a grease pen, just like you just take your shirt or a rag, wipes right off, you know. But, and it also, if you want to keep a spare in there, it closes from all 3 ends. You can draw on it, a little smiley face, and it doesn't come off that easily. But with just a rag or something, it wipes right off, and it's perfect for just writing something down in the weather. A lot of people do this with laminated maps or something of that nature when they're chart plotting, but this is a great way to keep track of your scores during say a go live tournament. Make sure to keep everybody honest, keep yourself honest, and stuff like that. So it looks like we're ready to roll. I just do this before every tournament. I say tournament, but I do this probably before every time we take it out. I mean, you don't want to be at the ramp or even on the water and find out nothing works or something's broken. It just makes for a bad day. I mean, which has helped me a few times. I've come out here to a dead battery twice. I've owned the boat for about 4 years now, and yeah, twice, which is, it happens, you know, there's nothing you can do about that. But hey, at least we checked, and I was able to get a new battery, you know, within a couple hours. Boom, put it in, and we were back on the water. Didn't take no time. So I did it the day before, like I do all the time, and we're good to go. So yeah, it just takes an extra couple minutes to check, double check you have everything, run through a mental checklist. It's no big deal. Now, when it comes to rigging up your poles, like I said, I do have a real job. I don't get to spend as much time in the water as I wish I could, but what never fails me is rigging up the same 3. You know, we're only bringing 3 apiece, but you always got the trusty gold spoon and we're going for redfish. So always have red spoon, especially in the summertime. It's hot, you know. I mean, just all around killer lure. Everybody knows that. So last time I was out there was last weekend. You know, weather changes. We did have an air show with the Blue Angels about a couple weeks ago. Lots of boats, and that stirred up a lot of loose grass and all these boats that'll get real shallow and cut up a bunch of that grass. So I always have a weedless, something weedless. I just have a paddle tail right now, but at least I have the weedless hook. I'm able to change it to a stick bait or a gulp shrimp or whatever I need to, whatever they're hitting on, whatever they're feeding on. Little Z-Man mullet. So yeah, that's always good. And of course, my favorite, not so much this color right now, but I know a lot of people have great success. Just an exposed jig head, that 3/16 jig head, Z-Man, but hell, they missing the eye, but that's just the 3/16 exposed jig head. I love the hookup ratio better than the weedless, but it does catch a lot of loose grass. If there's a lot of loose grass, I'm gonna change over to that weedless setup. So I mean, we kind of got something for everything, and obviously if I have to make an adjustment, I can. I just don't like retying on the water if I really don't have to. But again, it's one of those things, sometimes you just really cannot help it. You really cannot predict everything. But yeah, just one of those main things. Just kind of look ahead and hope for the best. Now, just to be clear, we're not professional big time tournament fishers. We've just been doing this religiously probably 6 years or so, and hell, it's a lot of fun. We're over here in the Pensacola area. We started off with the Pensacola Redfish Tournament Series. You can check them out on Facebook, and you know, good group of dudes, you know, serious fishermen there. And you know, and we started doing that probably about 2020, and of course that branched off, and we found the Emerald Coast Redfish Circuit, and they're mainly based out of Panama City, but they fish Pensacola, Navarre, Santa Rosa Beach, Panama City, of course, Apalachicola. Now that's a fun series as well. Personally, my favorite, just like being able to go around and fish new areas. And but next year, my partners and I were gonna try the Florida Redfish Series, and looks like yesterday they announced that the first tournament is going to be in Punta Gorda, and I've never even been there or even drove through there, but looks like in January we're going to be fishing there. So hey, that sounds like fun to me. I mean, if I can go down there and have a good time, meet some new folks, and catch some fish, I'm here for it. And that's really what this is about. Like I said, we're not big timers or something like that, but just being out in the water, you know, that shares a love for the sport and boating, safety, fishing, and conservation. It's a great group. You know, it's a great way to get out there and make new friends. I mean, hell, I've made friends all the way in Panama City. I still talk to them on a regular basis. You know, like I've known them since high school, and I'm almost 34 years old. But yeah, it's a great time, and I would challenge anybody to go out there, and if they even thought about it, just try it. You know, no, we don't win all the time. Anybody that's ever fished with us can tell you we don't win all the time at all, but we always have a good time. Yes, we've had bad days. Yes, we have, but we go out there and we just give it our all. You know, it all depends on the person you fish with. You know, so get your buddy, get a boat, you know, and go out there, try it out. You might be surprised and find a new hobby you didn't even know that you enjoyed this much. And the last and final step before you go anywhere is always make sure you ask your wife at least a week before you go to this tournament. Chances are there was plans that she told you about 100 times and you didn't remember, you didn't listen, and you got some making up to do. Welcome to my life.